Next on the news, Catholic students in Manhattan using lab-grown greens for a good cause.
These Catholic high schoolers are feeding the community with their hydroponics lab. I'm Katie Vasquez, and I'll have that story coming up.
Be on the lookout for this man. Police say he smashed a statue of baby Jesus. Plus, an art exhibit opened in honor of the 2025 Jubilee featuring rarely before seen work from a famous Italian artist. It's already sold tens of thousands of tickets. I'm Christine Persichetti. Currents News starts right now. High School in the East Village is teaching a lesson in science and charity. LaSalle Academy has created a green team that utilizes hydroponic farming to grow produce and plants. The technique uses no soil, and students are hoping it'll mean no hunger in their community. Currents News' Katie Vasquez has that story from Manhattan.
These fresh pieces of lettuce and micro cilantro are grown in the heart of Manhattan by a group of 21 students at LaSalle Academy, an all-boys Catholic school.
It's fun learning about plants and how to grow them indoors and outdoors.
Who can answer that question?
The Green Team, a club at the East Village School, was started by biology teacher John Nearing when he joined his staff 8 years ago.
They had 5 of these towers, but they were in disrepair. And so I was tasked to get them up and running.
The kids are growing produce and herbs using hydroponics, a farming technology that doesn't use soil. It's helped to cultivate an interest in gardening and science for the students, like senior John Diego.
It's growing food in New York City. You don't see that, especially in these hydroponic towers. Here are all the chives we grow.
They've also taken over part of LaSalle's rooftop space for the project. But this is a lesson that goes beyond the classroom. Once a week, the students take 10 pounds of their crops to a local senior center, food banks, and restaurants.
We're worried about food insecurity, especially in the city. A lot of people can't afford it.
Welcome.
Using the lab-grown greens for a good cause, to give back to their community.
I think it's awesome that they're doing it. I think it's really important stuff for young people to learn about, like horticulture, things like that. I have a garden in my house, and it's like my therapy.
It's part of the school's mission, written right on the walls. Enter to learn, leave to serve. Their teacher says that can't come from a textbook.
Well, I want them to start serving before they even leave. All right, so that's, ingrained in them to do.
And it is a seed that has sprouted in these young minds thanks to a city garden.
So just seeing the good that we do, it puts a smile on my face.
The lady we were delivering to she just got so happy and started hugging like all the kids I took there. So that was one of my favorite memories.
The team is looking at expanding their crops and seeing what other food they can grow in this learning space. In East Village, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
Police are asking you to be on the lookout for a man they say smashed a statue of baby Jesus. Officials say this suspect confronted a priest outside of Immaculate Conception Church at the end of Mass on Sunday and told him to die. The NYPD then says he walked into the Astoria church, slapped a statue of baby Jesus, which a woman was having blessed, to the ground, causing it to break before taking off on a bicycle. Currents News spoke with Immaculate Conception's pastor, Monsignor Fernando Farisi, about the incident and asked him if he could forgive the suspect.
Forgiveness is something he has never asked for forgiveness. So in a sense, I can't give him a forgiveness. I can let it go and try not to be resentful about it. But I am angry, obviously, because he was disruptive twice and was damaging to things that I feel are very sacred. Like a statue is not a sacred object except what it signifies, which is the baby Jesus. And the fact that he would be so dismissive as to break it shows not only an internal anger, but also a lack of respect.
The NYPD Hate Crime Task Force is investigating. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. That's 1-800-577-8477. Now to the Diocese of Brooklyn's Lenten pilgrimage. The faithful from Brooklyn and Queens remembered their brothers and sisters suffering around the world. The stop at St. Rose of Lima Church in Kensington paid tribute to persecuted Christians with a mass celebrated by Brooklyn Bishop Robert Brennan. It's part of the Courage in Faith initiative organized by the papal charity Aid to the Church in Need. Every year, the week before Holy Week, the organization looks to modern-day Christian martyrs and those facing persecution. Bishop Brennan said the Mass was a chance for the pilgrims of Brooklyn and Queens to, quote, come together in a sense of solidarity and a sense of awareness. It's not too late to join the Lenten pilgrimage. Just download the Lenten pilgrimage app from the App Store or Google Play. You can also get more information by visiting lent.dioceseofbrooklyn.org. Meantime, the Jubilee pilgrims who make their way to the Eternal City can now experience a master artist in a whole new light. Billed as one of the most important art events of the year in Europe, the new exhibition on Caravaggio features rarely seen treasures. Currents News' Jenna McDermott gives us a sneak peek.
The works of one of the most influential Italian painters of the Baroque period have returned to Rome in honor of the Jubilee. An exhibition on Caravaggio is now open at the National Gallery of Ancient Art in the Barberini Palace.
The exhibition tells the story of Caravaggio in 24 masterpieces on exceptional loans from museums around the world and guides us from the artist's beginnings in Rome around 1595 to 1610, the year of his death and the year of his last paintings exhibited here.
The showing demonstrates the influence Caravaggio left on the art scene. Some of the works have been rediscovered and exhibited for the first time in Italy, while others come from private collections.
Paintings that somehow return home, such as St. Catherine Thyssen's Mass Today in Madrid, which was on display here at the Barberini Palace until 1934, but also the gamblers from the Campbell Museum in Texas, or the musicians at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It's an extraordinary exhibition that also features two recently discovered works, such as Ecce Homo, rediscovered in Madrid in 2021, or the portrait of Maffeo Barberini, which we recently exhibited here at the National Galleries of Ancient Art.
The Caravaggio 2025 exhibition not only offers an in-depth look at the master's works, but also invites us to explore the evolution of his style.
The exhibition moves from a very youthful style characterized by a more luminous painting, the well-known comic painting, with a very positive imprint, although always with an allegorical or moral background, to a more tragic painting where the drama of human destiny and sacred drama becomes paramount. In this, Caravaggio is an artist completely contemporary with modern man, precisely because of this extraordinary meditation on what happens at the moment of death.
This event will remain open until July 6th of this year. Already some 60,000 tickets have been sold. Jenna McDermott, Currents News.
In addition to the exhibit, there are plenty more events to look forward to during the Jubilee year. April 25th will be the Jubilee of Teenagers, when the Catholic Church is set to canonize the first millennial saint, Blessed Carlo Acutis. And on July 28th, there will be a separate Jubilee for young people. 87 young parishioners from the Diocese of Brooklyn are planning to attend. October 5th honors migrants, and in December, it's a Jubilee of prisoners. And if you want to learn more about Blessed Carlo Acutis, we'll be airing a special program telling you everything you need to know, from the miracles that took him from a normal teen to a soon-to-be saint, to his influence in the Diocese of Brooklyn, and how one of his greatest works can still be found almost 20 years after his death. Just be sure to tune in this Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. on Net TV. Finally tonight, a newly formed debate club made an impressive inaugural performance over the weekend. The team from St. Francis of Assisi in Astoria went to their very first tournament last Saturday, where they were the only Catholic middle school among over 700 debaters from elementary, middle, and high schools across New York and New Jersey. The debate club took home some winnings, including first place in Best Individual Speaker and Middle School Beginners, earning the whole team second place for the most wins. The St. Francis of Assisi debate program will be piloted and introduced to other schools in the Diocese of Brooklyn. Congrats to all of them. That is this Currents News update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.